Ang purpose ng mga kotse is to get us from A to B, a mode of transportation. That's what they were built for. Pero para sa ating mga car enthusiasts, it's more than that. It's a way for us to express our creativity. Whether that's stancing it or building a show car, and for some, it's making it go fast. You see, may dalawang main types of car enthusiasts. There are those that buy a fast car, and there are those who buy a car para mas pabilisin pa ito. So sa video na to, ipapakita ko sa inyo ang mga best Japanese cars with a massive tuning potential. And make sure you watch till the end of the video because the final car in this list is always the answer. The Honda Civic. Surprised? Start natin sa obvious. Yung Honda Civic. This is currently and always will be one of the most popular tuner platforms in the world. Okay, hindi siya as powerful as some of the cars in this list. However, very inexpensive siya at napaka-reliable pa. It can be a starter car or a long-term daily driver. Marami ding aftermarket companies that make parts for this car, which basically means you can build any type of Civic you want. Drag racer man or pang autocross or a show car, though hindi lahat ng Civics are created equal. Yung mga pre-2000 models in the 90s are generally preferred due to the fact that they handle better and yung engines nila ay mas madali itono. But yung current 10th generation model is yung kauna-unahang model to feature a turbocharger straight from the factory. The Civic has been around for a while and its tuning potential is really endless. SUBARU BRZ. Sa mundo na may obsession with horsepower and top speed, cars like the BRZ are a breath of fresh air. Yung kotse naman na ito focuses on handling rather than straight line speed. At ang resulta, an incredibly focused automobile built for the back roads. Quite simply, the BRZ is a return to form for Japanese sports cars. Yung compact size niya, low weight, and rear-wheel drive character will give 90s Japanese sports car fans that nostalgia. The car is only getting better and easier to modify as it ages. With the new BRZ/GR86, it is no doubt na yung mga tuners will get their hands on them as well. Yung ibang owners, suspension tweaks ang ginagawa, pero yung iba, they go as far as fitting a Ferrari V8 engine replacing that boxer engine under the hood, the Toyota Supra. Hindi usually associated ang Toyota with automotive excitement, pero yung performance cars nila made over the past few decades turned out pretty well. Isa na dito yung Supra. Over the course of its first 4 generations, naging isa sa pinaka-iconic Japanese sports car to wear the Toyota badge ang Supra. Dahil dito, naging highly anticipated yung introduction ng 5th generation A90 model sa 2019 Detroit Auto Show. Hindi pa naman na-discover yung full tuning potential ng 5th gen na Supra. Pero yung older variants are highly praised for their great styling and bulletproof engines, which can be upgraded with just a few bolt-ons to produce massive amounts of power. Hindi lang ito ang Japanese sports car na highly praised by tuners. Medyo less exotic ang Supra compared to its rivals, making it reliable and really easy to modify. You need to act fast though if you want one kasi kahit itong new Supra, yung price niya is starting to go up. MAZDA RX-7. Only a handful of cars in the world have a fan base that as dedicated as the MAZDA RX-7s. Bakit? One word. Rotary. Yung 13B engine that powers the RX-7 is somewhat of a flawed masterpiece. It offsets smoothness and mind-boggling horsepower potential with mechanical, let's say, quirks. But usually, RX-7 owners refer to it as its charm. Mare-recognize mo ang isang RX-7 owner with the extra quarts of oil they keep on them at all times. At dahil sa massive aftermarket support ng kotse na to, hindi mahirap makakita ng quad-rotor na RX-7 with over 850 horsepower. Pero kahit from the factory, enjoyable na yung lightweight rotary engine niya. Hindi ako sure if rotary-powered cars will ever make a comeback. Mazda did make it clear na may iba pa silang priorities for the time being. Honda S2000. Yung S2000 was a convertible-only sports car designed para i-celebrate yung brand's 50th anniversary. It was produced from 1999 up until 2009, and during that time, nag-grow yung cult following niya because of its accurate handling, light chassis and high revving engine. Redline was 8,800 RPM for the first few model years. Pero parang hindi interested si Honda nagbigyan ng successor yung S2000. So magiging modern classic na ito. Kumbaga, last na siya sa breed niya. Isa ito sa pinaka-best entry point for those who wanna slay on the track. Some of the best modifications na pwede mo gawin sa S2000 ay bigger front and rear sway bars, mas massive pa na brake pads, and wider aftermarket wheels para i-accommodate yung wider tires. Weight reduction din para better power to weight ratio. Subaru WRX. Similar sa Mitsubishi Evo, the Subaru WRX and WRX STI were originally compact cars na ginawang rally racing machines. It's always been the best choice of performance car para sa mga taong kailangan ng practical yet sporty car. Dahil ito sa turbocharged flat 4 engine niya, all-wheel drive at sedan, and sometimes hatchback shape niya. Pwede mong ipang grocery yung WRX sa SM on Saturday tapos ita-track day mo the day after. And then gamitin mo as a daily commuter during the week. All-in-one ang WRX. Maganda na yung WRX from factory. Pero marami rin ang enthusiast na nakikita yung WRX as a blank canvas that needs modifications. There are endless amounts of aftermarket parts that can help you build a flat 4 engine that produces supercar levels of horsepower. Mitsubishi Evo. During the 90s, isa sa leading Japanese sports car maker ang Mitsubishi with models like the 3000 GT, Galant VR4, and their greatest breadwinner, the Evo. Sadly though, wala na sila ngayon. Pero the Evo left its mark in the automotive history books. The Evo slowly gained its reputation throughout the 90s by winning races in the WRC or World Rally Championship. PlayStation games and an introduction into the American market in 2003 made the Evo into the legend it is today. Like the WRX, the Evo features an all-wheel drive system and a tunable turbocharged engine. Isa ito sa favorites ng mga taong nagta-track day during their time off. The Nissan Z-Cars. Hindi lang isang Z-car ang covered dito sa entry na to. Instead, the whole lineup. A bit of a stretch i-include yung mga Z-cars sa list na to kasi less competitive sila dahil sa lack of power. Pero this gives tuners enough room to get more performance out of them. Isa sa mga appealing aspects ng mga Z-cars is aftermarket parts are easily accessible. This is one of the more expensive cars on the list without being too overpriced. Nissan SKYLINE GTS. Isa sa mga hari of tuner cars ang Nissan SKYLINE GTS. Inexpensive na kotse ang SKYLINE GTS that offers lots of power that's worth investing in. And they already look good stock. However, it doesn't take tuners that long to give the SKYLINE GTS a glance before they start thinking of ways they could modify the thing. With the performance and styling of the SKYLINE GTS, napakadali imagine ang mods na pwede mong gawin dito. MAZDA MX-5. Oo, mukhang laruan talaga ang MX-5. Pero it's about as perfect as a small sports car can be. Magaan, handling is superb, it's rear-wheel drive, and it's one of the most affordable sports cars you can get today. Yes, pwede din siya i-modify for different purposes, but halos lahat ng yun will include a roll cage and crash helmets. Feel at home ang mga MX-5 sa track, drift events, and autocross. At napaka-simple galawin yung makina nito to get more power out of it. Pero swapping a V8 into one of these track weapons is not unheard of in the community, considering na yung latest version is one of the best Miatas ever produced. So I can see the future of Miatas in the tuner scene is looking bright. So my question to you is, which one of these you would pick to be your ultimate tuner machine? Comment mo below. Also, if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to know more about Miatas, I made a video last time on why the Mazda MX-5 is so popular. And if you love Miatas, magugustuhan mo din yung video na yon. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next video.